Well, everybody, as you can tell, we are in the office and we have some yarn behind us. Well, first of all, I've got you on such a janky setup because if you can't tell, you're on my phone. We are not on my big camera today because I was like, girl, I need to get a video out to talk about the yarn really quickly and kind of announce some things, but I still have so much footage that is like current that will be going up on YouTube. So this one is a little bit out of date because I think it's like, I don't know, July 20 something. And a lot of that footage is from like a week or two ago. But I was like, girl, I gotta get on here. Right now, let me show you guys. We did get her done. This is not all of the boxes. I still have like 70 something boxes. They are in my storage facility. But I actually got like a considerable amount of boxes in my office. I definitely could have gotten more, but you know, it's like that hard thing of being like, I don't want to get too much to where it's like you can't move around super well. So I think we got it worked out pretty well to be able to like reach everything in a manageable way. And then I of course already have some bags out ready to go, and I want to go over basically the colors so you guys can finally see them, the names, which I will have them listed under the names on the website, but some of the names are like a little too long. So on the actual skeins of yarn, it is by color number, but on the website it is pretty much by name, so it's really easy. So I've had the opportunity to actually work with this yarn. I have been finishing up a Umbreon, a Mew. I made some squids out of it, so I've had lots of opportunity to really work with it. And one of the super nice things, it is very soft and it is surprisingly very strong. Like, I have been amazed by how strong it is, because usually when I crochet, like, I don't have as well, first of all, I do a chain 2 method. I don't do a magic ring, but sometimes it's so hard to do a chain 2 method with some of these yarns because they like literally fall apart and I can't pull it. This yarn, you can pull it to tighten up it, even if you do the chain 2, if you do magic ring. I know some people don't like to do chain 2 because it does leave a hole, but with this thing, I could like pull it. I had no problems. It is super soft because my arms are shot after moving 196 boxes, because the thing was, we had 17 pallets delivered in my hallway outside, but not all of those boxes like went here. So we unloaded a lot of them. So it was like lifting them, unloading, carrying them from outside, throwing them 6 up, which I'm only 5'2". It was just me and my mom. She's 4'11", I'm 5'2", and we were the only ones moving 196 boxes. And you know, that's like, I think in total the shipment was like 1,900 kg. So we got our gains in that day, if you know what I'm saying. And then we ended up having to load 3 separate truckloads of yarn between her huge dually and then my car, and driving them over to a storage facility, taking them out, unloading them into the storage facility. And somehow we got like the storage facility unit, like the one we got was in like the way back, which I mean, I thought was funny. I was like, you know, at this rate, you've already walked so much that was a couple more steps. I think that day we had like 35,000, 40,000 steps. Pretty much, because you guys know, of course, I have my barn, so it's not like I can ever take a day off from my barn. My barn is every single day. There's no day off with it. And so, of course, I had the barn, and then it was like, I think the yarn arrived about 10 a.m., which there were some complications with unloading because my driveway is gravel and some of the liftgate things were having problems, so that was not 100% fun, but we got it done. But I had to drag mats that we use in the stalls out to the driveway to lay down on top of the gravel so it could be pulled. But you know, that was a good start to the morning. Those are heavy mats, they're like that thick. And then having to unload it, I think we pretty much worked from about 10 on just the yarn side, loading boxes 10 a.m. to about 6 p.m. I think, nonstop. I mean, I was committed. I was like, girl, no breaks. I think we took like 10 minutes off to grab something to eat, but I was so hot because it was like 92, 93 with it feels like of like 100 something. I was so hot. I was like, girl, I can't eat anything. And then we took a break to do my barn. And the moment I got done cleaning stalls, I went straight back to loading up trucks, loading up cars, because I was like, at this rate, I already feel bad. So what's this gonna do to me? Like, really nothing. So we were loading up the trucks, and luckily we finished up with enough time to get here. I jumped in the shower super quick, and it absolutely started pouring everywhere. We had so much rain and the wind was crazy, so like everything just happened out perfectly. And then Saturday morning we had to move the 17 pallets that were still in my hallway because we didn't get around to doing that with the rain, and we had to move them out of my barn. And the last couple days, I mean, today is Sunday, so really it feels like the yarn got here so long ago, but really only 2 days ago. So the last couple days I've just been working on admin stuff. I've been working like with the actual yarn, and I'm just gonna work on finishing up the projects I have on the hook today to get the final like product photos for the website. I wanted to have a few photos on there that actually showcased the yarn, and then I will show you guys the yarn in all the 12 colors. But I will say, like I was saying, this yarn is so nice to sew with. I was dying laughing because like usually when I sew, I try and be gentle, but like things always break, and certain colors would always break on me, and I would always come downstairs covered in yarn fuzzies. Very, very minimal yarn fuzzies at all. Like, you really have to try. And because I have my shirt, like I'm not in my full sweatshirt like you guys always see me, I'll show you guys me trying to break this yarn. It is very strong. So it's very strong. It has very minimal shed. It is a size 6. Now I will say I kind of compared it to Sweet Snuggles Light, and I compared it to Parfait. It is not as small as Parfait, and it's not as small as Honey Bunny, and I put it closer to Sweet Snuggles Light. It could be maybe in between, but it's thicker for sure than Parfait, Honey Bunny, and is close to Sweet Snuggles. So I will show you. I'm just gonna cut this one just a little bit so you can see with my janky scissors. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, these scissors are covered in stuff. Put that there. And even after that, I hope you guys can see because I'm not on my good camera. Like, very, let me get a little closer. like very minimal shedding. It has very minimal shedding, even after being cut with those janky scissors. And then it is pretty strong, like I said. I mean, you'd have to like really put some force behind it to break it. So it has a lot of strength to it, I will give it that. Let's go over our main 12 colors so I can get back inside before it starts thunderstorming because it's getting ready to rain. So this is the first one we have. This is Tangerine. I really love, like, I always wanted to have an orange. I love working in orange because I love making foxes, tigers, all that type stuff. So this is the Tangerine. Super pretty. I will say, because y'all know I'm 100% honest with y'all, I don't like to be like, meh, meh, meh. The lighter colors have a little bit more of like a shine to them than some of the darker colors. I did talk to the manufacturer about it, and basically what they explained to me was during the washing process of removing some of the dye, that does tend to happen to lighter colored yarns. Which, I mean, I guess it makes sense because I look at other yarns that I've dealt with, like Sweet Snuggles Light with their pink and other, like their blues, like the lighter hues tend to have more of that shine a little bit. I don't know how to explain it, but I can tell you, I have worked with it. It does not change how soft it is. It does not change how durable it is. The only thing is it just has a little bit of a shine, but it does not affect the quality at all. I have worked with it multiple times. I have pulled it, I have sewed it, I have tried. So the first one I have is Tangerine. The next one I have is Lime. Now let's give it up. I wanted a bright green, or I wanted a green with like more flavor. I definitely wanted to go for vibrant colors. Y'all know I kind of prefer vibrant yarn. So I did this one. The next one I have right here is Blue Raspberry. This is probably one of my favorite because y'all know I'm a blue girl. So I had to have a beautiful blue, and I made some squids out of this one, and I just love the color for it. I should tell you guys before I forget, it is 100 grams per skein. I think it's about 70 m, so I'm gonna assume that's meters. I can't remember off the top of my head. It has been a long day. And so it's a little bit more yarn than I believe Elise Voluto is less. It's like 68 m. This is 70. And I'm trying to think. It's got 12 colors, and then it is priced at $3.99 per skein. So super affordable for the amount of yarn you get, for how durable it is. I definitely wanted to try and keep this affordable, especially since, well, for me, I definitely wanted to keep this affordable because I didn't want this to become a yarn that was going to be inaccessible. I wanted to be a yarn that anybody could really use, and it's small enough that it's easy to fit in places. And if you have very limited space, you know, you're not having massive skeins of yarn taking up room. I tried to think about things like that, but I definitely wanted to keep it affordable for everybody, just because I know there's been some yarns that I personally wanted to try, but then it ends up being like $6 or $7 a skein, and I really can't do that. So I didn't want to do that to anybody else. I kept it affordable, so hopefully everyone can try it and see what they think of it. This is good old black. I've made the Umbreon out of this one, and they actually sent me extra black, which is so funny because I was like, man, I keep pulling all these extra boxes of black, and I looked at my sheet and I was like, oh my goodness, they sent me so much more black. So luckily I've got lots of extra black for all of the Night Furies, Umbreons, all the little creatures out there. The next one I have is Lavender. So you guys can see. So this is another one, might have a little bit of shine to it. I have worked up squids in it. It turned out so cute. Like I said, it's not affected at all, but I always like to tell people that because I know some people are like, I've worked through it, guys, don't worry. Especially with how bad my hands are, I'm shocked I'm even able to crochet. Like, they are jacked up from all these boxes, and I tried today to crochet with some Premier, and oh my god, I was in agony. And I had no problems because I've been crocheting with this for the past 2 days, and I was like, no pain. I touched the other one, it was stiff, and I was like, oh, I can't crochet with this. It hurt so much, I'm not even kidding. I started crying, and I was like, okay, evidently I gotta keep working with this until my wrist calmed down because I can't touch anything else right now. And then this one is good old Cotton Candy. It's very similar shade-wise to Bare Pink that Sweet Snuggles Light had. I will say, funny enough, Sweet Snuggles Light is starting to bring back some other colors. The other day I went to Michael's and I saw their pink and I touched it and oh boy. The quality is better, which is really funny, but man, that was stiff. Like, I thought for a moment, I was like, you know what, maybe I'll grab some just to grab it. But man, once I started touching it more, it felt like Brunette Blanket to me. like it was really stiff like brunette, and I was like, no, I can't touch this. So this one I have right here is a lemon. Girl, you know we had to come up with another bright color. I love my vibrant colors. I use this one as well to do the embryon, especially the like rings and everything. This one I have right here is caramel, so very similar to terracotta. Another one that does have a slight sheen. Nothing's wrong with it, still good, but it does just have a little bit of a shine to it, if you can see. Like I said, I know a lot of people would not say anything, but I try and be transparent, open, honest with people. So I'm not trying to screw anybody over, I guess is what I'm saying. I want people to know what they're getting. This is baby blue. Does she match my eyes? You can't see, but I have baby blue eyes. So this is baby blue. Can you see? Baby blue. And then our three colors. This is strawberry. I have yet to make anything with this, but I really want to. It's such a pretty little red. It's like just a good red, like not too bright and not too deep. This is chocolate. I honestly might have to open this bad boy up because I need to make a horse. And I've been waiting for this one color that the person was like, well, maybe we can use this one if your yarn doesn't come in. And now I'm like, okay, we just might have to use my yarn because that one color they wanted, I'm like, it's never gonna come in stock. And then to end us off, we have good old white. So everybody, that is the main 12 colors that I will have in my first launch of the yarn. I'm not expecting anything to go super crazy. I do have a lot of yarn, so I'm not expecting anything to like sell out or anything crazy like that, but I'm super excited to be able to start this journey, to see where it takes me, to see where I might change things in the future. You know, it's just one of those things. This is just like step one. I feel like I am having to restart a business again. I feel like that's how it was with crochet. It started like here, and then over time it's grown just like horses. It started to like way down here, and now it's like way up here. That's the exact same thing I will be doing with Knotty Pony. I will still be doing all of my normal crochet stuff. I won't just be dedicated, living, breathing Knotty Pony. So don't worry if you're one of those people who's like, God, I hate people who push sales all the time. I'm not gonna be that type of person. You don't have to worry about that. And yeah, I'm super excited. I am hoping to, it is Sunday. I need to do a few final things with like getting a P.O. box tomorrow, doing some final things like that. Like I had a P.O. box, but I didn't realize it hadn't been renewed. So redoing my P.O. box, things like that. So then hopefully what I'm thinking is maybe the email list people will have access to it Tuesday, and then, or Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then that will be open for 24 hours. So I can make sure and everything goes all right, and then it will be open to general public, and we'll see what happens. But that is La 12 scheme. That is the 12 colors for the first release of Knotty Pony. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you in the next one, which will be Carri from like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Can't help it.